Welcome back to Happy Place Cooking. Today I'm going to be making potato soup. This is a favorite of ours. I like to make mine as a loaded potato soup. And as you can see, I have a nice variety of ingredients up here, and I will be using each and every one of those. And I also have some bacon. I am going to start by chopping up these potatoes, and I just have little golden potatoes. You can use whatever potatoes you prefer. I'm going to chop these up, I'm going to get my bacon sliced up, and I'm going to get started cooking this stuff. I've already washed my potatoes. I just need to slice them up. I am going to dice these fairly small because I want them to cook kind of quickly. I'm going to go ahead and dump these in my pan, and then I'll come back and start cutting the rest of them. Last one. Gonna cook those until they are completely cooked. I'm going to slice up my bacon. Okay. Toss my bacon in this skillet. And I'm going to cook that until it's nice and crispy. Potatoes are boiling nicely. Bacon is coming along. Potatoes are cooked. I'm going to get these drained and put them in a bowl rather than in the pan because I need the pan to start mixing up the soup part. I believe my bacon is crispy enough. I am going to drain this grease off, and I'm going to put it on a paper towel on a plate so that it can soak up a little bit more of that grease. I don't want it to be too sloppy greasy. Going to add to my pot 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to put that on about a medium heat. I need that to melt. I'm going to add in a teaspoon of minced garlic. You could use 2 garlic cloves instead of the teaspoon of minced garlic if you prefer to use the fresh. And I am using actual butter, but you can use margarine in this if you want. You can also use some of your bacon grease. Once that is all nice and melted, toss in a 1/3 cup of flour. I'm just going to whisk that up. Add in 2 cups of milk. Whisk that all up. Then I'm going to add in 1 cup of half and half. You could also use heavy cream if you wanted to make it probably a little thicker. I want to get this up to a little bit of a simmer here, so I'm going to increase my heat just a little bit. Once it starts to simmer, I'm going to start adding my chicken broth. I've got 2 cups of chicken broth, and I'm going to slowly add that in, stirring as I go. And I'm also going to add in 1 full block of cream cheese. I want that to melt as it's thickening up. I'm going to keep that on a medium heat, and I'll regularly stir it. I'm going to go ahead and increase my heat a little bit and try to get this to start simmering. And I'm going to add in a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper and a 1/2 teaspoon of Himalayan salt. Mix that all in. My cream cheese feels like it's pretty much melted. All right, this is getting fairly thick. So my next step is to put in the bacon. I am going to save a little bit of this bacon just for some topping. I've got about 1/2 cup of sour cream. And I might just save just a little bit of that top on mine. And then I'm going to use about 1/2 or a little more of this. I did cheddar, a mild cheddar. And then the rest of that probably will use as a topping. Mix all this in, and I need that cheese to melt too. Leave that cheddar is nice and melted. I am now going to remove this from the heat, and I'm going to carefully add my potatoes back to it. You can mash your potatoes if you like. I prefer to have mine in chunk as long as the potatoes aren't huge and as long as they are cooked well. Now I'm going to plate this, well, actually I'm going to bowl this up and give it a taste test. And there it is. I added a little bit more cheddar, a little bit more bacon, some of that sour cream, topped it with a little bit of chives, and it's ready to taste. Oh my goodness, that is so good. If you love potato soup, you have got to try to make this. This is my favorite potato soup, I think, of any potato soup I've ever eaten. This is so good. Thanks for watching. Happy eating.